The question of the day: what is the carnivore's biggest mistake, in my opinion? You know, the carnivore lifestyle, to say the least, is unique. It flies in the face of virtually all of what I call the conventional wisdom about how to get healthy and lose weight. Took me a lifetime to discover. I've been successful, incredibly successful at this for 2.5 years, something, to be quite honest, I never thought would have ever happened to me in my lifetime. To what do I attribute this success? A question very often asked of me. How do you do it, Mitch? What led you to carnivore? Why have you succeeded when so many have failed? And the answer is simplicity itself. And the answer is in that very statement, simplicity. The overarching advice that I give and the thrust and main message of my channel is: don't overcomplicate it. Don't micromanage it. How many times have you heard me say that? And yet it still bears repeating. And I thought today it even bears its own video. So I'm recording this. We're bombarded with advice from everywhere. Some of it's wrong. Some of it does bear some credibility. But there's no shortage of advice. There's no shortage of people telling you what you need to pay attention to, what you need to do, what you need to manage, what you need to pay attention to. YouTube videos, there are hundreds and hundreds, maybe even 1,000 or more, carnivore, and I'll call them influencers on YouTube, that are always directing your attention to some latest discovery or latest product, latest supplement. More often than not, these people have these particular products or supplements as sponsors for their channel. And there's nothing wrong with that. Everybody needs to make a living, but are they really helping, or are they just overcomplicating everything, giving you something else you need to test for, that you need to pay attention to, that you need to shop for and buy, that you need to regulate? There are 50,000 compounds in red beef. Which one of those 50,000 compounds is the most important thing? Are we going to see over time 50,000 different YouTube videos extolling the virtues of every one of those compounds? Are any of us smart enough, or do any of us have the time to micromanage how much of each of these 50,000 compounds we ingest? The question is, none of us, not even me. I made that mistake for years and years and years, always trying to find the magic pill or the magic bullet. There is no such thing. And in looking back at our ancestors, even before they spoke English and knew how to communicate, they somehow managed to live and be healthy just following their own instincts, eating the food they liked to eat in the quantities that's provided them satiety. They followed their inner clues, like the entire animal kingdom does, of hunger and satiety. They knew instinctually what to eat. They didn't micromanage a thing. They even knew when they needed salt, and they found salt licks. We have that same inner ability. We descend from those animals. We've so hidden those things from us with our concerns about trying to be on top of everything we do to improve our health, lose weight, And it's that preoccupation, that quest for the thing that you're missing, that derails just about everyone, not only on carnivore, but on keto, and especially on every other so-called fad diet. The point I want to make to you, and it's a short one, the more you micromanage, the more you concern yourself with individual compounds, supplements, nutrients, and the less you listen to your body, the greater the odds that you will fail. And that's the mistake that most carnivores make. They don't keep it simple. I think, and I can attribute my success for 2.5 years over my overarching quest for simplicity, not having to pay attention, and focusing only on one aspect: eating the foods that I like to eat, and adhering to a few simple rules like avoid plants, avoid carbs. Listening to my body, listening to my own natural instincts. If a particular food, maybe sardines, maybe liver, maybe something else that you don't particularly care for, listen to your body. Don't eat those foods because somebody else tells you you have to. If bacon and eggs are your favorite thing, listen to your body. Eat more bacon and eggs. If ribeye steaks are your favorite thing, eat more ribeye steaks. Eat the things that you're naturally drawn to, that satisfy you, that taste great, that you look forward to, and don't feel like you're missing out on something if you don't eat all of those other things that you hear about. And if you stick to that, you're 99% correct, on the right path, and only need to watch out for those particular compounds that may not be in the food that we're eating that used to be there in olden times because of some effects that man has had on the earth and its environment, like electrolytes, for example. Or maybe you don't get enough sunlight like we're supposed to. So maybe you need some vitamin D, and that's easily determined by a simple blood test. Or electrolytes, easily determined by the existence of any leg cramps at night. Learn to understand simple clues. Make any fixes or additions you need to make based on those simple clues. Try to eat the best quality stuff you can afford to eat. And as for the rest of it, I don't want to tell people to stop watching YouTube videos, but be wary of anybody that's come up with the newest, greatest discovery that's going to extend your life. You'll live to 150. None of that stuff, in my opinion, has any credibility. It's unprovable, will always be unprovable, and provides anecdotal evidence to us at best. That's all. Very simple. Keep it simple. Don't micromanage. Don't concern yourself with every passing new trend or thing that you hear. Follow your own instincts. Don't make the biggest mistake that carnivores make, and that is to try to think that not only you, but anyone else out there can even come close to being as smart as the physiology that you inherited. The reason that you're here and alive today, that allowed every single ancestor of yours to survive and reproduce. Don't think any of us not only are, but more than likely will ever be smarter than that. It's a very simple message. It's not the first time you've heard it from me. Ponder on that a little bit. While you're pondering, take the rest of the day off, my friends, and eat meat.